Hey guys, Alberto here. Welcome to the Onigashima event. Well, we're halfway done now, but this is the perfect time to do a Fate Grand Order event review. So let's go ahead and get started. For those who don't know or are new to the series, we talk about 4 key elements of each Fate Grand Order event. The story, how well it is, how good it is, if it's actually enjoyable, the gacha, because we all need them SSR servants. The store, is the items in there worth the grind? And speaking of the grind, the last thing we talk about is the grind. Is the grind too bad? Does it feel good? Does it actually feel like a long and tiresome grind? So let's go ahead and kick it off first with the story. So this is kind of a spoilers if you haven't played the event, but we're already like almost more than a week in through the event, so I'm gonna assume you guys know the story. So the story is we take on there's multiple stories of Oni Island in Japanese culture and mythology. So we're gonna take this one takes focus more of the Minotauro story, where we are Minotauro, I guess, and we have the 3 animal partners: the pheasant, the monkey, and the dog. Bark bark. And we basically climb the mountain, get into sitcom laughter and different incidents to save the world as we usually do. We get to see Onis, we get new type of those new Onis, which honestly look kind of out of storybook Onis, but you know what? They're still Onis, we still need to murder them. And yeah, sitcom shenanigans, everything that we're typically known for Fate Grand Order. I think the story is I give a solid B+. Like, these events, if you're not new to Fate Grand Order events, there's a lot of like sitcom-y translations that we have. Like, oh, like that isn't tea, that's rice wine. That's literally a line out of Mega Man Battle Network 4, which at first I didn't get. So for reference's sake, this girl who has basically the wind god as her navy in her country. She's like, oh, I'm so thirsty, I'm gonna drink this water. Glug glug. Oops, it's not water, it's rice wine. That kind of joke and sitcom laughter. And that's just what Fate Grand Order is known for, honestly, up to this point. So it's got some cute little belly laughs and stuff and character interactions, but really, that's about it. And next for the gacha, Minamoto no Raiko is probably one of the best berserkers out there, even in JP, I believe. She's got 2 arts cards. She's got a bonus buster. She has Madness Enhancement EX. She's got an evade and a buster up on one skill. She's just really good, and she's AoE, so she can one-shot different events and stuff. It's really, really powerful. I hope I pull her. I've spent a lot of quartz. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten her yet, but honestly, she's worth a roll if you need like a strong berserker. And even if you don't want like Minamoto no Raiko, Ibaraki Doji is not that bad either. She's more defensive minded, so she can actually survive to pull off her Noble Phantasm, and it turns out her Noble Phantasm gain rate is actually not that bad. She's got the typical berserker cards though, with the 3 brain hurts, 3 busters, 1 art, and 1 quick. So she's actually got a decent Noble Phantasm rate because she's got some hits on like the arts and the quick. So honestly worth. And even better, I don't bring up the 3-star servants that often, just because like most 3-star servants are just there as a bridge to get to the 4 and 5-star servants. But Fuma Kotaro is the newest 3-star servant, and he's going to be permanently in the story gacha and then the friend point gacha here soon. But like, the fact that he's a mini Jack the Ripper, he can generate so many quick crit stars, and has a AoE crit Noble Phantasm, it's actually really nice, and he focuses on debuffs, so you're literally debuffing, racking up the crit stars, and then next turn you're almost one-shotting a lot of these enemies and bosses and stuff. So it's honestly a really, really strong gacha, so I give it an A+ for that. Like, this honestly, You cannot roll bad in this gacha, I feel, unless you get all craft essences like me, but that's another story. Next is the store. There is a lot of, so ignoring the previous events that's been going on with the Fate Zero event, the Rashomon event, and the I almost forgot what we just had, Journey to the West. This store is really good. Plus, while you're, I'll explain a little bit more in detail, but you just get everything from both in the store and while you're grinding. So the store just makes you plus even more. There's bloodstone tiers, there's I believe there's red bones and stuff in case you need that. And unfortunately you have to buy, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, it's kind of obvious that most of the events you have to buy the other copies to get MP5 of the Welfare Servant with Kentucky. So on and on, this is not a bad store. If you're missing anything that you haven't really got from the past few events, and even said stuff like bloodstone tiers and the newer skills up and the ascension items are definitely a need for the newer servants that's coming out here soon, so you might as well take your time and at least grind on those. And everything else you can't go wrong with either. Berserker pieces, Lancer pieces, actually no, I don't think it's Lancers, it's Rider and I think Assassin. Overall, still kind of worth. I gave it a solid B. Excuse me. And next we talk about the grind. And this one, I had it. I've actually changed the score over time when I first initially wrote the script. I had it at a B+, just because they split it up into two halves. The raids and the actual grinding that we're all used to. And honestly, I'm fine with it. The raids are a lot easier than the Rashomon event, and this is where I have to throw parallels and comparisons to, because we just had the event. The raids are similar. The concept is similar. There's a damage points. The damage points is actually not that bad. It gives more options instead of just having novice, hard, really hard. It's like they have different bridges, so where it's like you can do the first one really easily, but you can't do the hard one all that well. Well, there's a bridge now to it, and you can use the different BPs and stuff, and that's really good for people like me who may not have the damage to do one, but they can hold out for another. And it's really easy to grind damage points too, so. But honestly, this is one of those events where you just focus more on the raids and then everything else is on the back burner until the end. And that's what I don't like. I like to mix it up a little bit. I've had streams and a lot of my grinding sessions just doing raids. And that got boring up to a point. So that's why I'm kinda iffy. That's why I downgraded from like a B+ to I had. And I'm just gonna give it a B overall, just because like it doesn't feel good just to like straight up raid and have everything else be back burner. You want to do a little bit of everything. Like you don't want to just grind one specific item. You get bored of those enemies and doing the same thing over and over again, so you grind something else and do this and do that. But since raids are on a time schedule, you still need damage points and to get all the stuff, and that's honestly worth it to do all the damage point stuff. Like you get like what, 2 crystallized lures? That's amazing. Plus you have to do them to up until like 100,000 damage points to get the ascension items for Kentucky, so it's overall still worth it, which is why it still stays at a B. So overall, everything in this event is either mid-tier or like really good. Like the gacha is what saves it from being anything less than a B. But overall, I give this event a solid B+. The stories hasn't really, thing hasn't changed from being like super serious to super communal. It meets in the middle, which is what Fate Grand Order is, I guess, really good at with these events. The gacha is flat out amazing. Even if you, like, me personally, I didn't want Ibaraki, but I also can't complain because Ibaraki herself is actually not a bad servant. And like I said, like you can't go wrong with Fumakotaro because just having a consistent crit star generator and having crit star teams. Even though quick cards aren't necessarily that good, the concept of getting a lot of crit stars on servants that you can just blow up with like a single buster card or something is really nice. Star is alright. It's got stuff that we need, that like newer ascension items that we really need, so we can keep on that grinding. And yeah, the grind, it shifts and it's not consistent, and that's both good and bad at the same time. So let me guys know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know if you guys pulled Raikou as well. Let's see how much sadness I can bring when I watch the comments and see how many people pull Minamoto no Raikou, aka the anime Diddy manga mama. I don't know why I said manga. Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment in the comment section below how to improve these videos and anything else you guys might have on your minds with this event. And yeah, see you guys on streams and in the next episode.